All right, I am live. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Matthew Keller. Y'all may or may not know who I am. So today, in this video, I am going to make a little comparison between Miss Taylor Swift and Mr. Travis Kelce. So this is a good old-fashioned relationships industry reading, and here we go. Oh, before I get into reading, because I'm reading the chart for Miss Taylor Swift. There you go. I figure if I'm going to read Taylor's astrology chart, maybe I should look like her. There you go. I think I'm going to put these glasses on just because it helps keep the hair out of my face and I look good. All right. That's better. So before I do any relationships industry, oh man, I'm such a diva. So before I do any relationships industry, I'm going to go ahead and discuss Taylor's chart, and I'm going to discuss a little Travis's chart. Taylor's chart is up here on the top, and then Travis's chart down on the bottom. So as some of you might be able to see, this right here is Taylor's natal chart, and this right here must be Travis's natal chart. One problem that I am having with Travis is that I don't have his birth time, and I don't have Travis's birth time, and the birth time is key to everything. Not everything, but you can only get about 60% of a chart without the birth time. So I got Taylor's birth time. She was born December 13th, 1989 at 5:13 a.m. in West Reading, Pennsylvania. And we got this for her natal chart. If you don't know how to read one of these things, which you probably don't, these are all the signs of the zodiac. Taylor is a Sagittarius, Sagittarius sun sign. So these are all the signs of the zodiac. These are all the planets, and it represents where they were on the horizon at the time you were born. So picture this line right here as the equator, and this is actually our eastern horizon, right? This little point right here, it's known as your rising sign or your ascendant. It's the same thing. And so everything, like, this is a symbol for the sun, and everything rises up over this line here. Once it gets above this line, that means we can see it. So if you look up in the sky, this is our eastern horizon, this is our western horizon, and this is the highest point in the sky. So everything rises up, hits that point, then sets down to there. So I'm doing some good old-fashioned astrological analysis, and when it comes to Taylor, there's her Sagittarius sun sign, Cancer moon. She was born on a full moon, and then her rising sign is Scorpio. So, oh man, this hair! Oh my goodness. So, wait a minute. Yeah, this is Travis's chart. So, this is just the basis of what I'm going to be analyzing, and then over here on Travis's chart, we need a birth time, and that'll change that right there. That point will change 1 degree every 3 to 5 minutes. So that's what makes the time of day you're born so important. Now, when it comes to relationships industry, there are a few things that I look for first. Now, when it comes to any chart, it doesn't matter if I'm reading a synastry chart or if you're reading a natal birth chart or if you're trying to do transits, the first thing you look at is the ascendant. For me, the ascendant is the key for everything. And you start right there, and then I go to Venus, and then the eclipse node, and then the sun and the moon. You use Saturn and Jupiter for structural support, if that makes any sense. And then so let's get up into it. So we're going to start with Taylor's rising sign. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go look at Travis's chart. And what I want to see is first thing I want to see is Venus somewhere in the 25th, 26th degree of Scorpio. I'd also like to see the eclipse node somewhere in the 25th, 26th degree of Scorpio. What I'm looking for what's known as a conjunction, one that's aligned in the exact same degree, or oppositions, which is obviously in the opposite degree, opposite side of the zodiac. So because I don't know Travis's ascendant and his rising sign, I'm not going to be able to make any points comparable from her chart to his chart. So let's go look at Venus. What we're looking for is 26th degree, 25th degree Scorpio, 25th degree, 26th degree Scorpio is exactly where his Venus is at. No wonder that they're so hot for each other. They have a conjunction between his natal Venus and her natal Mars. And the thing with Taylor is that's a conjunction of Mars to the ascendant. And what makes that important is now when any of Travis's planets aspect Taylor's Mars, it's also going to be aspecting her ascendant. And those are two the ascendant is, like I said before, the most important part. And Mars is a very, very important planet, important personal planet as well. So for very, very starters, they have one of the absolute best aspects I look for in relationship synastry. The number one aspect I look for is the conjunction of the eclipse node to the rising sign. And because they're born so close together, Taylor and Travis was both born in 89. They're only a couple months apart. The eclipse nodes are about the same. That's the Aquarius. So the only way Travis will be, I could figure it out. I'll figure out when his rising sign is. Let's see, I'll go 6 p.m. We're going to go figure out when that right there is the rising sign. So that was a little late. Go a little bit early, maybe 5 o'clock hour. I mean, that's close enough. So if Travis was born around 5 p.m., and like to show you how fast, so pay attention to that point right there, just to show you how fast the wheel moves. This is at 5 o'clock p.m., and that eclipse node point is right there, conjunct. That is that rising sign. Sorry, I got a little lost there. And now we will go 30 minutes ahead. This is 30 minutes later. And can you see how far that eclipse node has gone? So in 30 minutes, it has gone 5, 10 degrees. So now you can get an idea as to why time of day, birth time is so important. I'm just going to go back to mine. I like setting the charts at noon when you don't know the birth time, simply because if you set it for noon, you're going to be close enough, because if they're born at 6 a.m., then there's not going to be much of a difference. If they're born at 6 p.m., there's still not going to be much of a difference. So back to that stupid hair. I don't even know how y'all can have some hair like this. How does it even function? Good night, man. Huff. All right. So we take Travis's Venus, we put it on the Mars, and then we go to say the Sun. Let's go. Oh shoot, I'm lost. Okay. So now, after we look at that rising sign, I'm going to go look to Venus. So Taylor's Venus is 1st degree Aquarius. And so I'm going to go in Travis' chart, look for 1st degree. We got nothing there. That's okay. That's a neutral aspect. That means it's not causing any good, it's not causing any bad. It's neutral. So we got the Venus position now. After looking at the Venus, that's when I start going to the sun and the moon. So Taylor's sun sign is Sagittarius, which Travis's moon sign is Sagittarius. And no matter, the moon is the fastest of all the moving planets in the chart. So one of the reasons why you set it at noon is because if I had set it, if I had set it at 1 a.m., the moon would probably be in at about the 9th or 10th degree of Sagittarius. And if I set it at 11 o'clock at night, then it would probably be more near the 20th or the 21st degree. And you want you want the moon as accurate as possible. So I'm just going to set it at noon. Now, let's go look at, what am I looking at for? Saturn, Capricorn. The thing that I see with this chart is that there's not a lot of Saturn influence. There's not a lot of planets aspecting the point of Capricorn in here where either one of the Saturn placements is at. That doesn't mean, now, no matter what I say, because of this one aspect, the conjunction of Venus and Mars, or Venus and the ascendant, either one of those aspects all by itself can completely make a chart. They're like that could make you think there are no red, ignore all the red flags. Who cares what the problems are? They're in cosmic love. They've got planets and stars. I've only seen a handful of charts line up like this, and it makes me really, really interested as to what time of day Travis was born, because I do something where you fill out all these houses. You see these little sections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 12. Taylor has a bunch of planets in these sections of her chart, as well as that one. And what she wants to find is people with planets in these charts to fill out the energies that she just doesn't have. So until I get Travis's birth time, I'm not going to be able to do that portion of this is called a synastry reading, and I'm just not going to be able to do. I'm not going to be able to do it. So, old Mama Kelce, if you see this video, my email is mkellerastrology. Again, that's mkellerastrology @gmail.com. Feel free to get me the birth time of Travis as well as Jason. I actually, in my early astrology career, right when I was first starting off, I actually pulled up the birth charts of several professional athletes just to analyze them and read them and write my aspects for them. So I've actually looked at a bunch of charts of professional athletes. And when I look at Travis's, I actually see a handful of other aspects that confirm my personal beliefs as to what's happening. So a few more things into the relationship. What else do I see? What else do I see? I'm looking at Travis's Mars. You see that conjunction of Mars and the sun? That's one thing I look for in athletes. Oh, Deion Sanders has a conjunction of the Mars and the sun in the sign of Leo. So that's one thing that I look for a lot in professional athletes. What would be good is, because Venus is in the first degree, if you look for planets in the other first degrees of the signs, that forms a tight aspect, and that intensifies whatever energies. Now, I hate to say this to all you Swiftie fans out there, but I don't think, because there isn't any much Saturn aspects, I don't think this is going to be an extremely long-lasting relationship. I know it might sound weird, but judging by Travis's chart, I actually think they're going to get into a motor vehicle accident together. Maybe not necessarily a car accident, but like an ATV or a boat or maybe an airplane. And that's just because of all these red lines that I see Travis having. I see him as a very over aggressive type person. And if Travis hadn't found football as an outlet for his anger, he would probably be in prison. Those red lines right there, that's a lot of red lines in that's a lot. And if you know anything about astrology, then you can see the troubled soul like I can. So I think this reading's about to end. I think it is. Until I get Travis's birth time, I really can't do 100% reading. So I'll probably make another video. Please like and subscribe. I'll make a better one if I can get some positive attention. So I'm taking this off. God, man. All right. All right. Now that I got that chart and I did a little good reading. I hope I explained something a little bit to you people who don't know anything about astrology and are a little interested in it. If you want to learn more, feel free to get a hold of me, mkelleраstrology@gmail.com, and I absolutely love answering questions for you guys. So I'm going to stop the video, and hopefully you guys tune in again sometime